talking about two things that you have to pay for if you want to be rich, financially successful, want to be wealthy, whatever you want to call it. And it's something that I believe once I tell you what the two ways are, you're going to be like, oh, well, yeah. And then it's just all about you implementing and doing it. And the more you try to get away from it, the more you try to figure out, well, what's the way around it? How no, there is no way around it. So first and foremost, you need to establish what you want. I used to run away from the word rich, from the word wealthy, because I was broke for so long. And when I say it, people, I don't know if they believe it all the way because I've been a professional speaker since I was in my 20s. So as long as a lot of people can remember, they've seen me speaking on stages, they've seen me doing all these things. So when I tell you that I was broke, I was broke. I was deeply indebted and I really could not afford I couldn't afford much of anything. And so for the longest time, I rejected saying, I got a little bit of money. I don't have a lot of money. So first and foremost, I need you to declare whatever you think rich means, whatever you think wealthy means. I need you to declare that you have that in your life. And it's very, very important that you understand you have the power, you have the ability to have all the money that you need, all the money that the next generation and all that stuff has. So I wanted to get that out the way. I want to make sure that that's something that you are speaking into your life and speaking over your life. The communication that we have with ourselves is the most profitable communication, or the opposite. So if you want to be a profitable public speaker, if you want to be a profitable person, you have to start speaking that stuff into your life. So when somebody says to you, "What's going on, big time?" I need you to say, "Hey, I'm just like you," or "That's right, I'm doing great." I need you to accept all of that. And that's a very simple shift that I want you to understand and know. So two things that you need to pay for, if you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be successful in your business, is two things. You have to pay. You have to pay. And me and my business partner, best friend Stan Pearson, we're working on a book called Pay for Your Friends. We talk about building relationships and collaborating for currency, and we talk about all that stuff. So you have to pay. Anybody that I approach with different opportunities, whether it be to join my inner circle, whether it be to be a part of my association, my company NAMCA, whether it be to have a conversation, they're always saying things like, "Well, do I have to pay?" Yes, you have to pay. Everybody has to pay. There's nothing in life that you get without paying something for. My wife and I will be celebrating 14 years of living together as husband and wife in 11 days. I had to pay through attention with her, time with her, through dinners, through vacations. I had to pay for that. You have to pay for everything that's worth something. Here's the rub. People can use that information to trick you into paying them for coaching that does not bear fruit. And usually, the reason why people pay for coaching that does not bear fruit is because when they pay for coaching, they do not pay for these two things that I am going to be talking about. So here they are. Get your pen and pad down, write this down if you're listening to this as you're riding in your vehicle or something, and just come back to it. You have to pay for attention and you have to pay for engagement. I'm going to say it again. You have to pay for attention and you have to pay for engagement. So whatever it is you want to do, I want to be a speaker like you, Odell. Great. You have to pay for attention. And the people's attention who you want are the people that can buy from you. Most people invest their time and their resources in putting in and paying for attention of people that don't care about what you have to offer. You have to pay for the attention of the people. Think about commercials, think about advertisements that you scroll through on social media, all those things. It's just vying for your attention. Then you have to pay for engagement. So attention might be if I'm on Instagram or if I'm on Facebook and I'm running ads. And so I'm running ads to a specific audience. And people are scrolling through the feed and oh, okay, there's a picture of Odell speaking in front of 3,000 people. Great. And they keep scrolling. So I got their attention a little bit, but there's another level to that. You need to pay for their engagement, because engagement breeds intention. You have to get an intention from the people you get attention for. That's critical. So engagement is they see that post or that ad and they click on something. They're engaged. Okay, let's see what so they have intent of seeing what's going on. You have to pay for that. And if you don't pay for it, somebody else has to pay for it. That's why with my coaching program is basically a speaker matchmaker service, basically, because I know how to get the attention and the engagement of the buyer. And so all I do is just bring speakers in that want their attention, and they pay me so that they won't have to go through all the hoops and all the hurdles to get through the buyer. And so if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be rich, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for the attention. If you want to, it doesn't matter if you want to invest in real estate, if you want to invest in the stock market, if you want to, whatever it is, you have to pay for the attention of the ideal buyer. And then you have to pay for the engagement. The engagement is what produces the transaction. And then you just turn it up. You just turn it up. You keep creating content that compels the attention and that involves their engagement. You keep sharing those things. And the best way, and for those of you that follow me with Public Speaking Profits, whether it be the podcast, whether it be you're in my membership group, Profitable Public Speaking is the best way to garner the attention and the engagement of individuals. Because if I'm in front of an audience and I'm speaking, I have their attention. So I'm on stage automatically, or the event that I'm at calls their attention. They're there. Boom. Then all I have to do is get them to engage, ask them series of questions, add illustrations and analogies and different things to the conversation, and then ask them to buy. It's the fastest way. Public speaking is the fastest way to get trust from people that you don't know. It's the most efficient way to get a group of people together. And once you do that, you have their attention, you have their engagement, and then you can go after the transaction. So I hope this helped you. If you're thinking about getting into anybody's coaching program, ask them the question, how do you help me get the attention of my buyers specifically? Ask them that question. Most of the coaching programs that you get into, they teach you some strategies on how to get in front of your buyer potentially, but they don't put you directly in front of your buyer. So make sure that you do that. If you're a coach listening to this or watching this, that's a great way for you to separate yourself from all the other competition. Go with a specific group of people and say, hey, I have your buyer. I have your buyer over here. You pay me for access. And that's something else I talk about. The 4 levels of coaching. There's information, there's accountability, there's information, there's guidance, there's accountability, then there's access. So if you can provide the access part, then you can charge more money. 2 things that you have to pay for if you want to get rich: attention and engagement. I'm Odell. Go be a profitable public speaking person, partner. I'll work on the ending later. Cue the outro.